Yeah, morning all. So before I start, can one please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not, right? Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good one.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So yes, introduction to web development. Today I'll be discussing introduction to web development, right? Next, first thing is like how to become a Python full stack developer, right? How to become a Python full stack developer. So if we talk about this Python world, there are three positions. There are three positions, right? Yes.
Sir, please increase the font size also.
1 second. Fine now. So
Yeah.
here, how to become a Python full stack developer. In Python world, there are three positions, right? You need to clearly understand this. What do you mean by back end, front end, right? So first thing is like back end developer. Back end developer. I'll come back. Second is like front end developer. Front end developer.
Yes, sir.
Third thing is full stack developer. Okay. Backend developer deals with logic and flow of data Backend developer deals with logic and flow of data. I'll just give some. Okay, what are the backend technologies, front end technologies? Front end developer, okay, is responsible for how data appears, right, to the users. Front-end developer is responsible how data appears to the users. For example, for this front-end developer, that is how good data is presented, how good the data is presented on the web page. Who is responsible? Front-end developer is responsible for just presenting your data. Presenting how good you are presenting the data on the web page. How data appears to the users with different colors, fonts, images, tables, right? How you are organizing the data, right? That is totally responsible of front-end developer for displaying the data on the web page. That data appears to the users, right? Full stack developer, right? You need to have the knowledge of both back end and front end technologies, right? So it's like a bridge, right? Full stack developer bridge the gap between the above two positions. Bridge the gap between the above two positions. So yes, what are the front end? If we talk about what are the front end technologies, first I'll discuss about the front end. Next I'll come back to this back end. Anyone like examples of the front end technologies? Front end, you need to clearly understand, even if you go what is the back end and what is the front end means. Example of front end technologies. Anyone?
HTML.
Yes,
Java.
yes.
.NET.
See, observe HTML. Front end means how data appears to the users, which are the technologies you are using for displaying your data on the web page. This Java.NET are not like not for how to present your data, like HTML we use, HTML we use, CSS we
Yes.
Yes, yes.
like Bootstrap, JavaScript, right? JavaScript. So these things, right? HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, Java. HTML, right? HTML, hypertext markup language, right? Yes.
Mm.
Today, like today after this introduction, right? So I'll be discussing about the web development technologies. First start with HTML, later come back to CSS, Bootstrap, and JavaScript will be discussed before I go with the actual Django Python framework, right? So HTML for presenting the data on the web page, for presenting the data on the web page. How would you present with colorful fonts, images, tables, right? And the CSS, cascading style sheets, we say cascading style sheets for adding styles. For what purpose? For adding styles to HTML, for adding styles. If you want to add different styles, borders, colors, all these things. Okay. Bootstrap, there is Bootstrap, right? Already predefined styles available. We can make use of that predefined styles. Predefined styles available, right? Yes. And JavaScript. Don't think JavaScript means Java. It's related to Java. Nothing related to Java. For adding, this is for adding dynamic nature. For adding dynamic nature to HTML pages. For adding dynamic nature to HTML pages, right? Yes.
What about jQuery?
Yes. Yeah. HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, and jQuery we can use, right? Yes. Both. Okay. See, yes. HTML, yes, for static responses. For static response. Static response, there won't be any dynamic response. Just you are presenting your data, static responses only, right? And for example, HTML combination with JavaScript, JS means JavaScript. Dynamic responses, you get dynamic response, right? Okay, to display the data, to display the, yes, to display the data, right? Yes. For example, to display the data, for example, I want to display like good morning. Yes. I want to just to display good morning. HTML is enough. Just if you say HTML is enough, like static response, it is what? Static response. For dynamic responses, right? For example, dynamic response means good morning is static to display some data like display current date and time. Display current date and time. Yes, current date and time. HTML alone is not HTML alone is not sufficient, right? Yes. HTML alone is not sufficient. We need to have JavaScript. We need JavaScript. Yes. See, I said static response and dynamic response. What is that different? Static and dynamic response. Yes. Static response means if the response If the response
Very good.
not varied, if the response is not varied from time to time, if the response is not varied from time to time. For example, if you see net banking, right? If you see the net banking, your bank net banking, or if you see the home page, if your bank, home page of your bank. Today, if you see the same thing you see, tomorrow also if you see that same thing, if next week also if you see the same home page you are going to see, home page of a bank, home page of a bank. For example, if you see any website, any organization, a college website, today if you see, tomorrow if you see, day after tomorrow, you will see, right? You will see the same web page, that is home page, right? For example, home page of a bank or home page of a organization. If the response is not varied from time to time, for example, if you see, for example, if you open Facebook, right? Facebook login page, right? Login page of Facebook. Today, if we see that login page of Facebook, tomorrow, if we see after 1 month, after 1 year, if we see also the same login page of Facebook, it is not varied from time to time. That is static response. Dynamic response means dynamic response.
It
Varied
varies.
from time to time.
If the response is varied from time to time.
Yes.
Response is varied from time to time means, for example, if you open any like a web page, for example, for example,
Gmail.
pardon?
Gmail.
Yes, Gmail. Yes, Gmail, for example, if you talk about that Gmail inbox, if you talk, otherwise, if you open any Gmail messages, right? Today, it changes from time to time. Today, if you see 5 messages, tomorrow 10, 15, 20, it keeps on increasing, or different messages daily, you can see response, right? Gmail, or even for example, balance sheet of a bank, for example, HDFC, balance a page, or if you say the balance page. For example, if you want to see what is your balance, if from day to day, your balance sheet changes, but it's not static, dynamic, right? If you want to check your balance in net banking, every day it will show the same static response or dynamically. Hello, day to day, your balance will be
Dynamic. It's very
dynamic. Yes, so this is what front end technologies. You need to know what are the front end technologies like HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, jQuery. So these things, they are going to show how good the data can be presented to the on the web page is to the user, to the end user, right? Next, we come to this back end.
the definition of dynamic. Just remove not very.
If the yes, if
Yeah.
the response is varied from time to time, right? Hmm. Next, yes, second one, if what is backend? Okay, so in the interviews, most of them they will learn Python. Everyone, the students will learn Python. They'll update with Python, core, advanced, DJANGO, full stack, everything. In that interview, if there was what is the backend technology you have used, what is the front end tools we have used, they ask, they'll be struggling, right? So what are the front end tools? What are the backend tools? Right? What is the database they have used? Everything. Okay, backend. Generally, what you want to display to the end user. See, for example, response, request to response. Generally, if a request is given, for example, you want to open Gmail or Facebook. You give a request in the web browser. Web browser means in Chrome or Mozilla, right? You'll just give a request. You get response. You are going to get response. Who is providing that response? Okay. What to display? What you want to display, right? What to display? as response, what to display as response to the end user, right? Yes. What to display as a response to the end user. Yes, anyone facing any problem with that audio? Able to hear it? Is my voice clear to all?
Yes, sir, it's
Yes,
clear.
sir.
1 second. Yes, what to display as response to the end user. So if whenever we talk about this backend, right, you need to understand about 4 things here. We have 4 components here in the backend, right? Yes, here. Yes, here we have, right, 4 components. Yes. First thing is in the backend, what is the language? Which language you are preferring? Means a full stack developer means which language, as you are like a Java full stack developer or Python full stack developer, right? Yes.
Mm.
So what is the language you prefer, right? And what is the frame? If you choose any language, in that language, again, you will have many frameworks will be there. Many frameworks will be in that within the language, right? And again, database. What database? And what is that integrated development environment that you use, right? IDE, in real time, we use this IDE for developing projects. So language, so which language you prefer, like Python or Java or other? Framework. So generally, if we talk about framework, Python has got many frameworks, not only like Django framework, right? Not only Django framework has got framework like Flask framework, Pyramid, Bottle, and a Turbo Gear. Yes. Django framework, Flask, Pyramid, Bottle, Turbo Gear, right? Many frameworks. Among all this, Django framework has got it's flexible. It provides flexible features mostly used today. Django framework for interactive web applications creations. Mostly used ones. Django is mostly used. Django and Flask are used. Among all this, it provides flexible features. Django. So Django is the mostly used one, right? Yes. Today, if you see database, MySQL, Oracle, SQL Server, whatever database, right? You can connect to any database. But if we talk about this Django, it has got its own database like SQLite 3. SQLite 3 database, right? Provided by Django. It has got its own database. So, and IDE, the mostly used IDE right here, like PyCharm Professional, right? Yes. For this web development, right? PyCharm Professional is mostly used, and also we have got VS Code. VS Code, right? Yes.
So front-end should include framework and database to know.
So here, yes. What language, which database, and which framework, and which IDE, right? Yes. Okay. Yes.
I mean, whatever we are discussing in backend, like framework, there are some framework in front end also. So
We have got many Python frameworks. I said this all are Python frameworks only. All these are Python frameworks. Among all this, the mostly used, which has got a great demand today, mostly used in the industry, right? Django framework.
if someone
Yeah.
wants to learn only front end, then they should have knowledge of framework also, no, sir? Front end framework, like
That's what I'm discussing. Full stack web
mm,
development, right? If you want to become a full stack web developer, full stack web development. If I talk about this, hmm. It is a process of developing. It is a process of developing both. It is process of developing both uh, front end as well as back end. Web application. It is a process of developing both front end as well as back end web application, right? Yes. Generally, what will be the roles and responsibilities? Roles and responsibilities. Yes. Roles and responsibilities of full stack developer, right? A full stack. Talking about the Python full stack, right? Python full stack developer. Roles and responsibilities. First one. First, mainly, he's going to developing and managing web applications. Developing and managing web applications. Working with templates. Working with templates means working with templates front end. Working with front end technologies. Right. He has to know, he has to got the knowledge on both front end and back end tools. Working with back end. Apart from this, he has got knowledge on databases, working with databases. And apart from this, also should have knowledge working with web server, working with web server. And apart from all this, right, you need to have knowledge on writing this business logic implementation. Business logic implementation. Business logic implementation means logical or problem solving, logical or problem solving skills. Hmm.
difference between database and web server.
Any query was asked. I'm getting some disturbance in that. Can anyone repeat the query? Yes. So here, before I go with this, right, I need to understand some terminologies.
Difference between database and web server.
Are you able to hear the voice? What the query asked?
No, sir.
Can you please type in the chat panel? The voice is not clear. Web terminologies, right? So before we go with that web development, right? So you need to understand some web terminologies, right? Like what do you mean by www? What is internet? What is a web page? Website. What is like web application? Web browsers. Web server. www. What is the full form of it?
Worldwide.
Worldwide.
World Wide Web. What is World Wide Web? It is
Internet server.
system of internet servers. www supports hypertext documents. Hypertext. What do you mean by hypertext? Anybody can access anything from this www, right? It supports hypertext documents. That supports these hypertext documents. These documents only we call it as web pages. These documents are called as web pages. System of internet servers, right? It supports hypertext documents. These documents are called web pages. And what is the starting point? We call it as the starting point in a document. In a starting point in a document is called a home page. The Gmail or Facebook, anything, right? The starting point in a document, we call it as a home page. Yes. Generally, web pages are identified. Web pages are identified with URLs. URLs, Uniform Resource Locator, right? Web pages are identified with URLs. For example, any web page will have its own URL, right? Example, HTTP gmail.com, right? Gmail.com. This is the URL for Gmail. Yes, Facebook for all this, right? Second is like what difference between www and internet. It is internet is a network of network. Network of network. And what is www? It's a service. It is a service of internet. Web page. A document. Web page is nothing but a document written in. Generally, most of the web pages will be written in HTML. Document written in HTML. It brings together a document written in HTML. It brings together what web page? It brings together, right? All text, images, audio, video, hyperlinks, all this hyperlinks, all it brings text, images, audio, video, hyperlinks all into one place. Website, difference between web page and website. Website means it has got multiple web pages. It has a collection of web pages. Group of interlinked web pages. Interlinked web pages. It is group of interlinked web pages. There's a single domain name. Next, web application. Web application. Web application means an application which provides any web application, what it provides service over the web. Web application which provides service over the web. Web application, a application, yes, a application, yes, which runs on web server, which runs on an application which runs on a web server. Web browser. The software used for browsing. The software which is used for browsing. Example. Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer. Web server. Web server. The software, right? The software that provides. Web server is the software that provides the users the software that provides the users with required documents through what? The software that provides the users with required documents. Through web browser, right? Yes. And coming to this, right? Framework. Django is the framework. What do you mean by web framework? What do you mean by web framework, right? I can say it is a code library. I can say it's a code library. Yes. Which helps to build flexible web applications. So which helps to build flexible, right? Okay. Many frameworks, as I said, there are many frameworks for Python, right? The Django, Flask, Pyramid, Bottle, Turbo, okay, right? So here we are going to follow MVT architecture. Here we follow MVT architecture. M means models. In Java, we see MVC architecture. Here in Python, MVT, model, view, and T means for template. Model, view, and template. Models, nothing like databases. database, like views, like Python. Python like functional based views, or like class-based views. Class-based views are functional-based views, right? Yes, where we implement the business logic within the views, right? And database. And the templates like using HTML, using CSS, using JavaScript, right? The templates, we are going to design the templates, right? Yes. Okay. So what in real time we use IDEs? What are the different Okay, IDEs, right? Integrated
What
Development
is
Environments, right? Yes. So
what
most,
is C?
what is it?
MB, in MBC, what is C? Units.
Model view controller. Model view controller.
Yes.
So here in Java, we see MVC, here MVT architecture, model view templates. So here views like Python, functional based views or class based views. Okay. ID is like PyCharm. Mostly we go with PyCharm Professional. It is licensed. PyCharm Professional. Just I'll show you, like, even though it is licensed, how you can work within the professional and how to use it. Okay, even if the license expires also, then how we can get it, right? Without purchasing it, right? VS Code. VS Code is an open source, no need of any. So mostly we do for web applications in this PyCharm Professional VS. There was one more ID called Autumn ID, but the support is removed as of now. We are not using it. PyCharm and VS Code are mostly used, right? Yes. So the thing here, okay. So what I am going to provide here, right? Yes, outlines. So nearly like 15 to, first thing is like 15 to 20 applications. 15 to 20 applications we create, right? Apps creations, applications we create. So you'll be doing hands-on. So I'm talking about this DJANGO, right? Hands-on, right? You'll get hands-on experience for it. Means not just watching the session, you'll be doing parallel along with me, right? You'll be given assignments task, not only doing within the later assignments task. It's a weekend, right? So during the total week, you'll be given assignments task to work, right? And step-by-step notes, applications, during the applications creation, step-by-step notes and recorded video. And also clear knowledge on this web development. You'll be given knowledge on this web development before you go with the Django, right? Web development. So web development knowledge will be given freely, right? Yes. So that is what. Now, just I'll be starting with this. So before Django is discussed, you'll be given knowledge on this HTML, CSS, JavaScript, right? Yes. So understood, right? What is the front-end technologies, back-end technologies, front-end and back-end. So back-end developer, what he deals with? Back-end developer, generally what he performs, deals with logic and flow of data, like the database or this language and writing the business logic implementations, all this taken care by this back-end developer. If you go in some big companies like multinational companies, separately they will be recruiting back-end and front-end people. Front-end people will be separate, back-end people, but a typical full stack developer has to have the knowledge, has to have the command on both the front end and back end. So within the Python code, we can embed this HTML code. for displaying whatever that output you are displaying, right? Python output. You can with different font colors, right? Yes, you can just display that output. Full stack developer is bridge the gap between the above two positions, right? What are the front end tools? HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript. So for static and dynamic response, HTML and yes. Backend, you need to language, the framework and the database and the ID you are preparing, right? Yes. Now, just I'll give some introduction to this HTML today, right? So first I'll go with HTML, next go with CSS and JavaScript. HTML introduction, right? Yes. HTML. Hypertext markup language. Hypertext markup language. So this HTML is the major language, right? It's, if we can say, it's a major language for www. World Wide Web. All the web pages are written. Web pages are written in HTML. Web pages are written in HTML, right? So HTML brings together. HTML brings the text, images, videos, hyperlinks, etc. all at one place, right? All at one place. So you need to understand that. HTML is a markup language. HTML is a markup language, means we use tags. Markup language. Markup language means here we use tags. What HTML performs? Structuring and formatting jobs. Structuring and formatting. Perform structuring formatting job, right? Yes. What do you mean by hyper? What do you mean by text? Hypertext markup and language. Hypertext markup language. And hyper means non-linear access, right, to information. Non-linear access. Non-linear access, right, to data. Non-linear access to information or data. Linear access and non-linear access. Linear means, what do you mean by linear and non-linear? Linear means from first to last, linearly. Means, for example, if you are reading if you read a storybook, right, you will read from the first page to the last page linearly. Non-linear access means, for example, if you want to read any Python topic functions, or right, directly you will go non-linearly to that particular page functions and read only that. Non-linearly you will go, right, if you want to read a particular topic, right, non-linear access to information. Simply saying that anyone can access anything from the World Wide Web. Anyone can access anything from the World Wide Web. Yes, sorry. Text. HTML code is simple text. HTML code is simple text. Markup. Here we use tags. So what are the tags? I'll discuss one by one, right? Here we use tags to mark the information, to mark. Here we use tags to mark the information. Language. So it is a language. So here for this HTML, CSS, JavaScript, no need of any Python knowledge, right? So this deals with how to create a web page, like how to create templates, MBT architecture, right? Templates. T stands for templates. So generally, write steps in writing HTML code. Steps in writing HTML code, right? No need of any software installations, nothing, no requirements for this. So for writing HTML code, we require a notepad. Anything, notepad. A web browser. Example, Chrome, Mozilla, anything. So if I talk about these tags, HTML tags, one by one HTML tags, right? HTML, we have got a tags. So generally, whenever we open a start tag, we need to close the tag compulsorily. Starting a tag. Starting a tag. Tag name. Closing a tag. Generally, whenever you open it, yes, we need to close. Closing a tag. Yes. Yes. Starting a tag, closing a tag. Example, you should have seen in your Microsoft Word. For example, a tag, if you talk like you, underline, for underlining, right? Underline tag. B tag. U and slash U. Closing underline tag. So whenever you open, closing underline tag. For example, B tag is there, bold. HTML is not case sensitive. HTML is not case sensitive, means uppercase, lowercase are taken same. If you're writing in uppercase or if you're writing in lowercase, it will take as same. HTML is not case sensitive. Python is case sensitive. Uppercase and lowercase, they're taken differently, but HTML same. Bold tag, if you're writing, opening a bold tag. Opening a bold tag. Slash P means you are closing that bold tag. Means from where to where you appear, you want the text to appear in bold form. From where to where you want to make that text to appear in underline form. So from where U to slash U, whatever you keep within this U and slash U, that everything will appear in underline format. B and slash B, whatever you keep between this B and slash B, that should be appeared in the bold form. HTML is not a case sensitive. So we'll discuss one by one tag. Yes, HTML. There is a tag, HTML tag. This tag tells that document is a HTML document. This tag tells that the document is HTML. Every HTML code should begin with HTML tag and end with HTML. Should start with HTML tag and end with /HTML. There is a head tag. There is a head tag, right? For any header information. For header information. This head tag. It has a tag called title tag. Next, title tag. Specifying title, right? A title for the document. Specifying title for the document. Next, there is one more important tag, body tag. Whatever you want to keep, whatever you want to display on the web page, everything should be within the body tag. Whatever you want to display on the web page, everything has to be within the body tag. Whatever you want to display, right, on the web page, everything should be kept within the body tag. What is I? Italic tag. Text appears in italic form. B, bold tag. Text appears in bold form. Text appears in underlined form. So whatever you keep within this UN/U, whatever you keep in BN/B, whatever you keep in IN/A, that only will be displayed in that. Yes. P, paragraph. Text appears as paragraph. BR tag. Just like /n to go to next line, to go to next line. Like if you want to write any comment in HTML, starts with exclamatory mark, hyphen, whatever comment you want to write the comment and end with it. Comment. Okay. What body tag is the important tag. Whatever we want to display on the web page, everything should be kept within the body tag. Tag name, attribute equal to value. Tag name, attribute name equal to value. Example. Body tag as the attributes. Attributes such as BG color. It has got attributes like BG color. And second is text. Text means the color to be displayed. The color, COL, color to be displayed. The color to be displayed, right? The color to be used. You can say the color to be used for the text. In the web page. The color to be used for the text in the web page. BG color, what is background BG color? Right? The color to be used for the background. BG color, the color to be used for the background text, the color to be used for the text in the web page. So now we'll discuss from the tags what we discussed: paragraph, view, bold, italic, body, title, head, HTML. We'll create one web page, right? Yes. We can create parallel along with me. Yes. Example. First, create one folder where you can save all your HTML. You create one folder where you can
So, title and header. What
create
exactly the difference?
new folder. What is it? What exactly?
Title and header.
Within the head tag, title tag will be there. Within the title, we will give the title for the document. For the web page, usually we want to give some title, right? Within the head tag, title tag. So what you do in the head tag, right? Title tag will be present. Compulsory, we need to use a head. Within the head, again, title. Okay. HTML. Okay. So I want to just save all this within this HTML 7 AM, right? Fine. So just open Notepad, right? Yes, I'll show you right. Open Notepad. Everyone, you can open Notepad. Yes. Just simple. You won't see any complex statements. Every tag should start with HTML and start HTML, ends with HTML. Yes. HTML and everything should end with /HTML, HTML and ends with HTML. So whatever this it's HTML and /HTML is the HTML code. Even tomorrow within the Python code also we can embed this HTML. From where that HTML code is started, where it has ended means this HTML and /HTML will identify that it's HTML document. Next, within the HTML, we have got a head tag within the head and /head. Generally, header informations will be kept, and the other
So
thing,
there is no indentation, right, for this?
no indentation at all. If you are not giving, not a problem. So there is a title tag within the header tag. There will be a title tag. Always title tag should be provided within the header tag. Title, sample web page. Sample web page. Okay. And whatever you want to write within this, whatever you want to display on the web page, they should be within the body and /body. Whatever you want to display should be within this body and /body, right? Yes. Yes. For example, I want to display some text. For example, Python, right? Python. I want to display Python is for example, dynamic typed. Python is dynamic typed. Okay. Everything you display in the bold format. This everything I want in the bold format means keep this entire text within the B tag. B and /B. /B means what is this? This entire thing you kept within the bold tag. B and /B means this entire text will appear in the bold format. Python is interpreted. Python is interpreted. Python is interpreted language. Interpreted, I want in italic format. Italic means in this way, I, and /I. If I want to underline Python, Python should be in underlined form. U and /U. So Python will be in the underlined form. This Python is dynamic type in the bold, and this interpreted in italic form. It should be in italic form, right? Yes. See, Python is user-friendly. Python is user-friendly. For example, Python is user-friendly. So this entire thing I want in bold, I want in italic, I want in underlined form. I want in all this Python is user-friendly in bold form I want in underlined form I want in italic form I want. So you can apply 3 tags also to this data. To this data, I can apply 3 tags. First thing, it has to be in bold form. It has to be in italic form. It has to be in underlined form. So this entire thing, bold tag, italic tag, underline tag apply on this text. Now close this /U underline, close it. If you're not closing here slash underline means whatever text which comes after it also will be displayed in underlined form. And close that italic form. And close that bold, right? All this. Now check it. Will it display? See here, whatever is kept within the body and slash body, that will be displayed on your web page. Will it display in the 3 lines or in 1 line? Will this data get displayed in 3 lines or in 1 line?
1 line.
Everyone. So
3
first,
lines.
1 line. 1 line.
save it. ML, 7 a.m. Feb. Save it. How will you save? 1. I'm giving some serial numbers. 1. Sample page dot html right? How will you save this? Python with .py, HTML with .html format, sample page .html. Save it. Where did you save? Right. Yes. So if you see in the C drive, right, I have created a separate folder, HTML 7 a.m. patch. So in that, you can see that sample page. Directly, if you double click it, you will get it. Otherwise, right click or save. With Chrome, you can say open it. Python is interpreted and Python is user friendly. Everything in a single line. But if I want in 3 lines, what I should write? What I need to use?
Break.
Yeah.
BR tag. BR means next to go to the next line and print this. Again, BR if I say here, go to the next line and print it. Again here, every statement ends with BR, saying that going to the next line. Now check this output, right? Yes, check this. Just go to this and just refresh here. The circular arrow is there. Circular arrow is nothing but refresh. Click it. Now Python is, I'll keep both the text and this side by side. I'm keeping both side by side. See the first line, Python is dynamic type. Is it appeared in the bold format? Everyone able to see this? Hello, able to see my screen? First line, Python is dynamic type.
Yes,
Can you see in bold format? Second line, Python is interpreted. Python in underlined form, you can see, right? Interpreted in italic form, you can see, right? And this third one, you can see in bold format, italic format, and underlined format. You can see all the 3 things.
So here one header should have only one title, right? One header.
Yes, one title only. You can see that title also, yeah, sample web page. Sample web page I have given, right? That header. Now, I can see the text in black and white format. See that text appearing in black and the entire background as white. I can provide any color, any different color, right? Yes. Yes. Sample web page. Here I want some. Here I have specified, right? Body, you can have attributes like BG color and text. Body. BG color, background color. Some red color I want. Text color I want some yellow color. Background color red I want. Text color I want yellow color. See, this is tag name. What is the tag name? Body. What is the attribute name? BG color. What is the value for that? Red. Next, one more tag name. One more attribute name. This is value. So this tag name, attribute name, value, attribute name, and value. And just see, you can just provide this, right, for getting some document color and text color. So my text color should be yellow color, and my background color for the web page, some red color has to be displayed. See, to the body, just to specify something, right? Background color is red, text color is yellow color, right? Just to go and refresh now, just to go and refresh. Yes. You can see that. Background color is red and the text color is yellow. Sample web page creation, right? Yes. With the different fonts. Next, we'll be discussing about different types of fonts, how to embed an image on your web page, how to embed a kind of table, a table structure, like a tabular form. I want to display the data like customer ID, customer name, balance, branch, like employee ID, employee name, salary, designation, like in organized format in the form of table. I want to embed images. I want to embed some videos on the web page. How to play the videos on the web page, how to embed images on the web page, tables, and some kind of hyperlinks. Click here to display, right? If you click it, it should go to other web page, right? This is what hyperlinks. And also lists like bullets and markers. And some kind of forms, buttons. If we submit button, reset buttons, text boxes, radio buttons, text fields, boxes to enter. You enter the name, means one box has to come where you can enter that name. All this. So HTML components, right? Just it was introduction to this web development. What is front end, back end, and introduction to this HTML. Tomorrow I'll just go with that HTML tags, right? HTML tags. Just a sample web page I've shown today, like different types of headings, and the font tag is there with different font color. And yeah, also we can move the text. We can move the text scrolling, that just like in the news you should have seen, right? Like scrolling form, text will be scrolling within this, like breaking news in this way. How can we scroll the text? More the text should be keep on moving across the web page. Yes, and other things, right? Yes. Fine. Okay. We'll continue more discussion tomorrow. Same link you can follow. Same timing tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Any queries you got, anyone? Yes. Okay.
Sir, how they choose web browser? Internet Explorer or Chrome? Where
Yeah.
we define?
So generally, okay. So where did you save this? Everyone, you got any queries related to this execution, right? Just very simple. No need of any installation. Directly Notepad. In the Notepad, you will write it. Save it as .html. In some, okay. I saved it here in this.
Is there any ideally is there for HTML?
No, nothing. Notepad, you will write with anything editor, right? Any editor you can write. So you have saved it as .html, and right click on it. Right click anything, right? Otherwise choose another from this. Right click and say or composite, it gets opened. You'll get this is the output. Yes, everyone got this. Tomorrow also you can do parallelly along with me, right, to get the outputs. Yes.
Okay, sir. Yes.
Any other queries,
Thank you.
anyone in these executions?
Sir,
Sir, can you just, I have doubt with the head and title, what is the importance of it?
So yes. See, 1 second, I'll come back to this. So here, okay. One second, I'll come back. See, head and title, right? So in the HTML tag, there are two things. One will be head, one will be the body. In the header, one is the title information you will keep. What are the other things you keep within the head tag means whenever you are creating, next we'll be discussing after HTML, CSS file. For example, if you want to link a .css file with this HTML within the header, you will give the path of that CSS .css file. Means not only title within the header tag, within the header tag. Yes, 1 second.
Right, so much.
Yeah, please be in mute. Yes. So what will be as of now, right? One is title it will be storing, and what is the other things what the head tag is going to have within this means HTML frames will be there. If you want to divide the web page, into frames, I want to divide the web page like this. In this way, you display in this way, dividing the web page into these frames. In this way, you want to divide. Otherwise, here you will take some organization name. Here, what are the branch? For example, engineering college. What are the branches offered like CSC, IT, EC, like in this way. And whenever, okay, here's some data, home pages. In this way, if you divide the web page, this kind of dividing the web page into different frames, that kind of information also you keep it in the header tag. Title is one, and if you are connecting to CSS file, there should be a link between your HTML and CSS file. That information also you keep in the head tag, and anything related to the frames, that information, everything you will keep it in the head. Title is one tag, and not only this title, many other information, and whatever you want to display on the web page in the body tag, and the header information, or dividing the web page into rows and columns, means into frames, that information, everything you keep within the head tag. In the coming sessions, you will see what are the things you keep in the head tag apart from title. Right? Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. So try these things, web development, web page creations. One thing is you should be regular to the sessions. And one thing is you need to do all this by yourself during the class. If you do, or if you do. So if you go parallelly, okay, you will understand how to execute, how to create, and how to perform this. And task, I'll be giving some assignments, task to work with, try to do those things. And I want much interaction, more interaction, right, during this session, right, from your side. Everyone need to respond, right, whether your answers are correct or not. So it will be very simple and easier. Web HTML is not, it's a very simple language. Yes. For initially, I'll take for 1.5 hours, later it will be for 2 hours, right, when I start the Django, right? Fine.
So
Right,
thank
thank
you.
Okay, fine. So I'm stopping for now. We'll continue tomorrow, same at 7 a.m. with the same link, right? More discussion on this web page creations. Tomorrow we'll be discussing more on the web page creations, right? Yes. Yeah. Still, if anyone tomorrow while creating the web page, if you want anyone getting error, you can share your screen. Share screen option will be available. I can also check your screen if anyone getting any error. So especially in Django web applications creations, as you'll be creating that applications along with me parallelly, if any error occurs, how to resolve that also important. If any error occurs, how to just resolve those errors. Right? Yes. Fine. So you can follow the same link tomorrow, same timing, 7 o'clock, right? Yes. Thank you for your time. Meet you tomorrow. Bye.